Hello, fellow Exmark lawnmower owners. I'm going to attempt to do a hydro fluid flush today on my Exmark Turf Tracer. This is a roughly 2005 model. It's got the 60-inch deck. So here's how I'm going to go about doing this. So my plan is to also change out the filter. And this is the reservoir here. You can kind of look inside, and unfortunately, I'm learning as I go here. I only got this last year, but the hydro fluid is bad and needs to be changed. So from what I understand it, this thicker hose here is the supply, and this runs down to the oil filter. And this line right here, you can kind of see that smaller T-junction right down there is the return. So my plan is to suction this out with my suction gun here, and then replace it with fresh 15W50 Mobile 1 synthetic. And at that point, I'm going to undo my filter, swap it out. And then once I put in my new filter, I'm gonna basically unhook the return line here and have it go down in my drip pan. And once that kind of turns from a milky-like substance to a black synthetic oil or a brown synthetic oil substance, I know my flush will have been complete. So let me see if I can go on and get started. All right, guys, this is what I was able to pull out of the reservoir. As you can see, it's just about probably a little bit over 16 ounces. All right, guys, I've jacked my rear lawnmower drive wheels off the ground. I've kind of come up with a way to keep the oil from there going into the pan. I have topped off my reservoir, well, filled it up with fresh oil. Obviously, open fuel valve. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to start my lawnmower, but have it rev very slowly, and then creep it, probably in first gear, just to monitor the oil I have in my reservoir and the oil coming out. And once I see that it is no longer a milky color, I will put it in reverse to put in the reverse gear motor, flush out that oil. And from that point, should be good to go. Hopefully I'll get a video of that. All right, guys, show you what I did here. Had to get a much bigger clamp up top because that's much smaller. I managed to get, I believe this is 1/4 inch transparent line, and I managed to get that in there. Cleaned it off with some carb cleaner and paper towel just to make sure I didn't get any dirt. And this will take it from the return line to make it much cleaner to go into my oil pan here. So that's how I was able to set this up. Next step will be to actually take off the filter itself. All right, guys, here's the oil filter for the hydro system. As you can see with the rest of the lawnmower, this thing was absolutely filthy, so it'd be a really good idea to get some carb brake cleaner on this and just clean it off as much as you can. This will prevent any contamination from falling on your new oil filter into this one. And it just so happens that this thing is really hard to get off. I'm gonna do a shameless plug here. The last oil change I did on my car, I didn't have a strap wrench or filter, but this thing is like $6 from Walmart. Once it clamps down, once you apply pressure, it'll get it off. If you're doing this, or if you work on your own stuff, this is well worth the money. So I'm gonna twist it off, put the new one on, and go from there. All right, guys, one of the things I've done here is I have filled my new transmission fluid filter as much as I could with oil. This is done to make sure you're not introducing any unnecessary air into the system. All right, guys, the new oil filter on, and kind of a way to trap the old oil. I'm gonna get my lawnmower off the jack stands now, so since in theory there's no need for me to be under it anymore. And I'll still have the wheels propped up, so when I engage the transmission forward and reverse to flush the system, the lawnmower still won't go for it. All right, guys, you can kind of see my wheel motor's turning. You can see the oil coming out. You can see it's a little bit right there. definitely see the fluid coming out. You gotta stay on top of it, so I'll cut out. All right, guys, pro tip. When I started this, I should have done this with another oil pan to make sure that the hose didn't come out, but didn't do that. That was kind of stupid. So all this is a zip tie with 2 small holes so I can keep that hose where it is. Everything goes happy. Kind of minimize leaks right there. One mistake I should have corrected, was that the thumb parking locks here were engaged, so when I increased the throttle speed, I couldn't get any more, but it wasn't a big deal. Now I just need to make sure that indeed I did flush the system, but obviously you saw the wheels turning, so I'm confident that it did. I have maybe, out of a 5 quart jug, I maybe have half a quart left. So yeah, I went definitely, hopefully flush the system, but I'll go back and confirm that. So hey guys, just took the lawnmower for a test mow, and after I got done flushing it, and this is what I've got. So basically I ran probably 7 quarts of fluid, despite the fact the system only holds like 3, and that's what I got. Admittedly, I'm a little miffed because I don't think I got all of it, and I was hoping to flush it all out, but I can definitely tell that the vast majority of that is oil. New oil. You can see it's not milky or anything like that. It's very clear, kind of like olive oil, but that's synthetic oil. Anyway, guys, I hope this video helped you. Like I said, I'm new at this. Thought I'd give it a shot. Let me know what you think. If you think of a way I could have done this better or gotten more of the old fluid out, feel free to let me know. Thanks, guys.